Hi, bright lights. Welcome and thank you for being here. My name is Tina, and in today's video, I am going to take a look at the collective again, see what all the bright lights of the world are up to, see if how the cards have changed since the last time I've done a collective reading. I'm also going to pull some oracle cards and get some messages from spirit guiding us through these turbulent times. I also did get a song, and my nose is itching because that happens when spirit is communicating sometimes. And I got a song just before I came on from Marvin Gaye, and it's the song What's Going On. So I think that is going to give us a little peek into what we can expect over the next week or so. So, in the lyrics, it starts out, "Hey, what's happening, brother? What's up? How you doing?" And then it goes on, "Mother, mother, there's too many of you crying. Brother, 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 there's far too many of you dying. You know we've got to find a way to bring some lovin' here today. And Father, Father, we don't need to escalate. You see, war is not the answer, for only love can conquer hate. You know we've got to find a way to bring some lovin' here today. Picket lines and picket signs. Don't punish me with brutality. Talk to me, sister, so you can see, sister. Oh, what's going on? What's going on?" So, and then it talks about, oh, but who are they to judge us simply because our hair is long? That talks about the separation, that we're always looking for the boogeyman or putting blame on somebody because they're different. We've got to find a way to bring some understanding today. And so I think most people right now, with everything that's going on in the world, can relate to this. I mean, this song is relatable for many different situations in someone's life, but I think we're kind of at this point, and I talked about this, we have a little bit more chaos coming in this year, 2025 being this year of resistance, the nine, the four plus five equals the nine, and nine is about resistance. And so, what I'm hearing from spirit is where are you feeling the resistance? So, and that's where we feel this kind of, you feel it internally. What are you wanting to push against, and why is that? Where is that coming from? So it's asking you to go deeper to find that understanding. But let's start pulling some cards to see what they are saying. So this is a huge improvement already from my last reading. I like this. And so this is the Page of Swords. But the one thing about the Page of Swords is that we have to be cognizant of, because it is a younger energy, it's a more of an experimental energy. But the Page of Sword likes to whip things up, and swords are tied to the mind and they're tied to our communication, cutting, getting clarity, through communication. But the Page of Swords, you can see the clouds are blowing by, and they like to kind of whip things up. So just watch out for that. If people are whipping things up around you, watch out for gossip. Um, Stay grounded. That's really important right now. Doing your, walking meditations, getting out in nature. We want to ground this energy because we don't want chaos, right? It can whip up kind of this turmoil that we're seeing. And it's about, swords are about truth. So it's really about people not taking things at face value, not following the hype, is what I'm hearing from spirit. No, no hype. And so, people could be, though, getting out there and protesting. That's kind of whipping things up. And so that is part of the energy. So again, we put good or bad, we assign that to things here. The universe doesn't necessarily. But I just wanted to point out some of those other things that might be going on just for you to be aware of, finding out the backstory. And so, yeah, what we have here is, this is what we're having to struggle with. over this, this week here. So it's some blocked energy. So there's maybe you're not hearing about something that you've been waiting on, or something is supposed to be coming in for you and you just haven't heard it. So there's some blockages going on. So it's asking for some patience. So we're probably not hearing what we want to hear. So think about how that applies to you in your life. It could be somebody, you're waiting to get paid for somebody, and they keep telling you it's coming and nothing's happening. So there is this little bit of a blockage energy going on. What are you aware of? So this in the priestess, the high priestess energy, and it's all about going inside in deep for the answers. It's about intuition and that knowingness, and it is in reverse. So we want to be careful about just following um, what your intuition, like I said, what is that resistance trying to tell you? Being careful, because this can be a predatory card. So it could be scams going on. When I think of predators, it could be, somebody who's kind of making you feel defensive in some way. And so this is about be careful about your intuition feeling blocked. So when your intuition is feeling blocked, you want to be very careful about the decisions that you're making. So, and you are aware of this. This is something that is in your consciousness already. So you are aware of this already. So what are you not aware of? And so in the subconscious, this is an inappropriate attraction or affair, or any type of an action that, again, maybe is, this is inspired action. So this is you want to make sure about what, if you're going to do something new or move forward into something, you just want to make sure that you are doing things that are of the highest integrity. This year is all about working on the shadow. I am going to do a video about shadow, because we all talk about what is working on your shadow. What does shadow work mean? And a lot of you get that, but I want to try to break it down a little bit deeper for this year, because there's a lot of things about your shadow that people may not perceive is shadow energy. And so you can think of that again. This is, is there somebody you're kind of ignoring your intuition here? Is, this could be somebody not being truthful, somebody that has taken some inappropriate action behind your back. And then, with this gossip, it's not about getting wrapped up in that drama either. This is about you um, just seeing it, not being taken in by somebody's, inappropriateness. So you just want to, it's just a good time with this type of energy that might be clouding some things, for us to just be patient, not be rash about anything, not overreact. So in the past, we have this holding on to what we have card. This is the Four of Pentacles. And so this can also be holding our cards close to our chest, holding like, and that, this can also be, this is kind of a, in the past, we were trying to hang on to, or maybe you were trying to save money, and now, the stock market took a little bit of a dive, and you've been trying to, hang on to something that isn't necessarily working out for you. So that sometimes we can be a little closed off, and not really wanting to get out of our comfort zone. So that is just kind of what the past energy has been for you. But that tells me if that's in the past, we've got some things, yeah, moving forward. So here we have the Knight of Cups coming in. And this is something very satisfying emotionally. This is it could be an offer of some sort. But when you see cups, again, think of emotional. And so this, the knight is coming in here presenting you with this cup. So that may mean a lot of different things for people. And this is a slower moving knight too. So this isn't something that is going to happen impulsively or rashly. This is something that is coming towards you. And we've seen this card come out in some readings, um, showing you kind of in the next, we can say within the next week, there's something kind of coming your way. And yes, and so this is kind of how you're seeing yourself. Maybe you're feeling left out. Maybe you're feeling very fearful about things that are going on in the news, or, this is kind of this Five of Pentacles. It feels like being left out in the cold, and it's got a lot of, they're in the snow here, so there can be some fogginess going on, this is just how we're seeing things. There's some people have it really good and they're inside the church warm and everything is good, and here we're outside. And so this could be, maybe you've been dealing with an illness, or something where you haven't been feeling yourself, or you've really been feeling the, political drama that's going on, and you're feeling like you're one of those that maybe is going to be left out in the cold. So this is kind of a fear card, and this is kind of how we're seeing ourselves right now, a little bit in fear and a little bit of victimhood, and that it's okay to remember it's not about, you know, uh, trying to stick your head in the sand and not feeling what you're feeling. It's really important to know where you're at, to surrender where you're at. And that's okay, because that's, again, us learning how to work through that. This is going to be a very testing year for that. And so in the environment, we have this winning at all costs. And so you're going to be seeing a lot more of this in the next week, is this mentality of, I have to put someone else down to get ahead. And so this is the environment. So this could be, you could be at your work. This could just be in the general environment, in the collective. We're seeing a lot of bullying going on right now. And and that again is in the collective. So we're going to be seeing it affect us personally in our lives, depending on how we have worked through our soul contracts. I do soul contracts reading. And so where you're at with your soul contract is how you see this and how it affects you, and whether how much of a challenge it is for you. And so in the hopes and fears, and this is more of a fear card again, there's a lot of secrets that are being hidden, that maybe you're not seeing. And I kind of can see this up and down here, there's some blockages, some inappropriate action um, going on, but there still is in the near future this more pleasant opportunity coming in. And so this is about, when the moon is upright, this is kind of this illuminating secrets and working in the cloak of darkness. And when it's in reverse, it's more of a delusional energy. So this again could be, you know the media, trying to spin things in a certain way that isn't true, and things like that, and how that affects us in our lives. This could be people hiding secrets from us. And that's very common, right? In everybody's life, we can probably feel if there's somebody that is withholding, information, or maybe there's some deceptiveness to that. But again, it is not about us looking over our shoulder. How other people behave is their karma. How we behave is our karma. And so the final card that I'm pulling here is this Queen of Swords in reverse. So the Queen of Swords in an upright position is a person who's very much cuts through the BS. They're very fair and balanced in their clarity. And so this again is a little bit more of this, swords again. We got the communication. We started off with the page and we're going to end with the queen in reverse. And so this is making sure the information you are getting is accurate. Be careful about feeding into too much of what is going on in the world today. So this is again, this is about manipulating truth. It's a very manipulative energy in reverse. But it can just mean if that's a very negative part of it. But if you're looking at just the cards are neutral, it's not that they're positive or negative. And reversals can just mean you need to take a look at this. You just need to make sure that you're not falling for something that somebody is trying to manipulate you in some way. And you're going to know that by the resistance that you feel and the uncomfortableness that you are feeling. So we're going to pull some uh, oracle cards. So we want to build on this, this energy of, I feel there's going to be a lot of protesting going on. I mean, we got it right here in the song, picket lines and picket signs. People are banding together. There's a coming together because there's this huge separateness that's being projected onto everybody. And there's this bullying, this winning at all costs. And so, um, it's manipulating people into trying to create more separateness. And the how this could be benefiting us is that it can be uniting people. It may take a lot of awakenings going on, which is going to happen this year. People are really going to awaken to how they're being manipulated in their life. And that's that nine. There's going to be a lot of endings. There's going to be a lot of drama. And that's okay because we're ready for it. We're ready for the test. We are ready to walk our talk. You have, if you're watching this, you are already on your way. You're already on your awakening journey. And this is just, life is challenging anyways. This isn't, meant as a punishment or, anything like that. This is just going to take us to the next level. And we're just seeing a lot of shadow coming out in people, in ourselves, because we're meant to do our own work. We're meant to be triggered because the mirror effect is going to be happening. Things are going to be mirrored back to us for us to try to see those things in ourselves. And I know that can be that there's nothing to be fearful about whatsoever. And so let's start with the elemental oracle first and see what spirit wants to come through with. So we're going to start off with a very beautiful card. And this is the number 15, and it's earth and it's home. We have one home. You know, pe people can talk about going to Mars all they want. And that isn't an excuse for us to destroy our planet. That when those people that are saying those things, like that's going to solve all our problems, is we're going to go to some other planet after we just destroyed this one, you know, that it doesn't mean that someday that's not where we're headed, but that is, we need to take, this is green, this is heart chakra. We need to open our heart. We need to take care of the earth. The earth is part of us. And so this just tells me that we just need to reconnect with the earth. Like I said, this is a 15. So the 15, the one and the five add up to six, and six is all about creativity. This is all about, um, visualizing artwork. It's doing your bliss, doing your what lights you up in a creative way to tap back into the earth. And so let's go ahead and I'm curious to see how this will tie in. Okay, so earth home. Take time to ground yourself. The earth is our home and we are a part of nature, not apart from it. Do all you can to take positive custodianship of the world around you. Pay attention to your body and your home. Turn your eyes towards home. Avoid disconnection with devices and extreme busyness. So, um, the Earth is our home, and of course, is the beautiful blue life-filled planet orbiting our sun within our solar system. When astronauts were able to see the Earth from a distance, that made it visible as a whole, as all were awed by the experience. Michael Collins, part of Apollo 11 team that first landed on the moon, said, "I really believe that if the political leaders of the world could see their planet from a distance of, let's say, 100,000 miles, their outlook would be fundamentally changed. The all-important border would be invisible." That noisy argument suddenly silenced. We are creatures of the earth and are all connected on the planet. The earth, although made up of different biomes, is all one planet. Earth energy is stabilizing, growth inducing, generous, cyclic, and deeply reciprocal. There is an awareness of a wise mother or father of earth energy that is profoundly comforting. Someone cooking you a nourishing meal when you are down, doing the gardening, spending time outdoors, building your own shelter. I'll give you a big dose of earth energy. I think that was definitely part of this whole message that we are getting, is to not fall for all these distractions and to remember who we are and that we're connected to the earth, and the earth will take care of itself, and we just need to be the custodians of that energy. And so I want to go to the hidden realms, because we do have some, where people are feeling really left out. Aha, the hungry ghosts, obsessions, scarcity consciousness, and attachment. And this is a 14. And 14 is tied to intensity, and it's tied to intense relationships. So be careful about, again, being pulled into dramas, because the hungry ghosts, and I talk about in the work that I do about negative entities. And so they're nothing to be afraid of, but they're the ones hoping that you will lower your energy because they feed off of that. They feed off of the drama. And so that's why you can become very exhausted, after, a fight, or after you're watching all of this negativity, and you can feel hopeless and drained and you just want to go to bed, So again, the hungry ghost, just keep things into perspective. Very, very important, because that's all part of the game. When you have, and as I have done in a lot of my videos, and I'm going to be doing more about the narcissists that have infiltrated into a lot of our structures, and structures being, churches, government, schools, political. And so when you have real malignant narcissists, these are very, very damaged people. They can't be looked at like you look at yourself, because they are very closed down. And so it's really important for us to be aware of that and how they drive a lot of chaos and destruction. And so that's not being pulled into that is the reference I'm trying to to make with that. I hope you're understanding where I'm going with that. And so the secret language of light just came up with probably the best answer that this year, and particularly this week again, because we were talking about picket lines and picket signs and a revolution, and I've talked about this energy is very revolutionary. This is talking about the inward revolution. 42, and we add that up again and we're back to 6, that creative focus. 6 is also about focus. So how we're using our focus is really where our power lies. I am going to also read this particular one because this so ties into what we are just talking about. The way of your heart. And so when I saw all that green here, and then we talked about in the what's going on, you know, all this crying and, we just, it's about love, getting back to a loving place. So you are always moving forward. Even when you feel like you are going backwards, your path may seem to go up and down, inward and outward. The spiral is a symbol of your soul journey. It represents the cyclical adventure into your heart center. You will continually revisit aspects of your life to bring you to a deeper understanding. Difficulties and challenges can command a greater focus as they help to build bigger and better dreams and desires. Each cycle of life is an important stepping stone that expands into the next. Your life will only feel authentic when you come to your own conclusions. An inward revolution will open you to the wisdom of your soul. It is a path we must all take to truly know and love ourselves. From this place, we move outward, back into the world, empowered with our soul's wisdom. You are worthy of all you desire, no matter where you are in your spiral. And so when we talk about spirals, we kind of talk about the soul contract in this, we call it the stupa. It's kind of like our DNA too. And so as we're moving through our soul contract and through our life, things come back around, right? Patterns surface and things come back around. And so this is just part of that stupa where things are coming back around again for you to take another look at so that you can do your inward revolution. Much more important than anything we can do on the outside, because the more of us that come to that inner peace and inner stability, we will be projecting that out into the world. And so we will keep some balance here by us on our spiritual journeys doing that. And so I wanted to do one from the wisdom of the oracle. Ooh, fork in the road, fork in the road. Okay, so so this is kind of asking you that question, which path are you going to choose? And 13 is actually a beautiful feminine. It can be it's about unity consciousness. 13 is tied to divine feminine energy. And then the 1 and the 3, when we add that together with a 4, and I think we had the we had the 5 here, which is freedom from the hungry ghost. But the 4 here is all about our individuality and self-expression and drawing power from the sun. And this, that gives us our, that spark when you light up the room type of energy. And so this is reminding us that this is the pivotal time this year, that fork in the road. And so you may be feeling pulled. And, even in your personal life, there may be a fork in the road for you coming up. And so I wanted to get Keepers of the Light and see who is backing us. And so we have hope coming through. And hope is all about love and acceptance. Love is yours. Recognize your divine worth and choose loving thoughts. Whether you have to listen to affirmations or I've been listening to more comedians. That's kind of been my go-to. and to uplift me and to make sure that I am, keeping myself uplifted without being too busy, because we do want some time to just sit with ourselves and to feel the energy, even if it's chaotic, even if you're feeling left out. We want to sit and feel with that so that we can, again, start to feel through the energy. It's not about avoiding the energy, or sometimes I'll call it spiritual bypassing, where we're trying to always avoid these negative energies and we're running from it. And that's not really what we want to do. We want to ground the energy, and we want to, breathe. Breathing is so important when you're transmuting energy, is to breathe and clear and breathe and clear. And it is that simple. And I wanted to get an animal as well, since we had a song come through. I always like to, ooh, oh, of course, this is beautiful energy. And so Dove Spirit is coming through with peace. And so this is that inward revolution. This is about that inner peace. No matter what's going on around us, because this is going to be a year filled with drama, drama, drama. And there's going to be some, I've looked at the astrology, and it's not going to be, intense every day. We're going to have some breaks. March, though, very intense. Um, and this number 21, this is the Divine Mother energy coming through. But 21 can also, and this is about endurance, right? It's about enduring, and we're going to build some strength and endurance and stability this year. This is for the people on their awakening journey, that we're going to really be building we're going to be seeing people really jumping timelines, jumping, uh, definitely growth, lots of growth for you guys. And so in the 21, that comes with a little bit of hardship with it. It's not that it's easy. That's why, we're kind of talking about this. But I always say pick your hardship. So 21, we talk about that. So you could do on the 21st of every month, you could fast that day, or you could go for a long run, or do something that is hard. A heart would be considered a hardship. Donate your time, go volunteer for something. So you pick your hardship so that the universe doesn't pick it for you, because that's what symbolizes with the 21. And that's that Divine Mother caring. But I like to do stuff like fasting and things like that, because then that's being that Divine Mother, caring for yourself. And of course, doing any volunteer work is kind of mothering, nurturing others. So we want to, I thought that was a really good one to end on, with the dove spirit. So keep your chin up, guys. This is gonna be great. I know it may not feel like it, and it's not to minimize anyone's difficulties, because you've been through it. You can do this, and I'm here cheering you on. Spirit and all our guides are cheering us on from the sidelines. They want you to know to please ask to help clear, ask to help bring clarity, because they can't do anything unless you ask them. And not so much about they can't do it for you. It's about you looking for signs and getting the signs to do it yourself. So they also wanted me to bring that through as well. So with that, I will leave you, and it's all going to be okay. It's all going to work out. And I will, as always, see you in the next video.